let's talk about local football for just a bit. So Harambee Stars is playing its games in Lilongwe, according to the latest reports we have. And Starboy, you had Chep saying she's very unhappy because she doesn't get to watch the African champions in Nairobi. Are you surprised? I am not. We couldn't play a home game before this. I didn't see why we were going to play one this year. I'm not surprised. It's just what we do. We are like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised because of a different reason, and that is, I remember the first time we talked about it, you were like, guys, I don't think these games are going to be played in Nairobi. But I was a little bit optimistic that the current regime is hell bent on ensuring that sports is given top priority. So, and of course, as the effort that they put in order to make sure that we get the AFCON bid in 2027, I was optimistic. It gave me plenty of hope. Right now, I'm disappointed because there was plenty of time. We knew that we were going to play these games in June for a very long time. We knew last year, but we didn't put in any measures to make sure that the stadium is ready. That's the disappointment.
Now, there's been talks. I saw the PS told the Parliament Committee on Sports that there's been a request for CAF to come and have a second look at Nyayo National Stadium. What have we changed at Nyayo that would make the CAF guys say, yeah?
There's nothing that has changed at Nyayo. There are a few things, of course, that have to be put in place to ensure that we get Nyayo into a category 3, because currently it's a category 2. So for FIFA World Cup qualifier games, for AFCON qualifier games, you have to be category 3.
And some of the basics in that are floodlights.
Floodlights have to be
dressing rooms.
Yes, dressing rooms not.
But we don't
have
proper dressing rooms.
We don't have a challenge.
Have you? When were you like?
Yeah, I was there during the Mashimeji Derby.
Dressing rooms.
Yes.
Turnstiles.
Now that's where we
tunnel.
Have
so that the players can have something where they can be pulled.
We have a huge challenge.
Yes.
But I don't think it's
numbering of the seats.
Now, numbering of the seats we do have. The challenge is the control center. Control center is where all the cameras are, and then you're able to monitor the whole stadium. That's what we don't have. We don't have a public address system. There's no public. Yes, what more often than not, what happens is speakers are put pale kwa VIP, and then that's when the stadium announcer addresses the whole stadium. But it shouldn't be that way. Speakers are supposed to be everywhere. In case of an emergency, in case of anything, it's easy to monitor and control the crowd. So it's just basics like floodlights, like you said. But also there was a bit of construction happening at Nyayo, a bit on the top floor of the VIP. That had commenced. I don't think they are going to have completed by the time.
What are we building?
No, it's just not building. The VIP.
What are changing? Oh, they are sweeping it up.
Yes, it needs to be at a certain level in order for us to. For it to
so if hoping that these guys come in the next 2 weeks, because these games are beginning of June.
There is nothing that's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. There's nothing. If you're a Kenyan Harambee Stars supporter, just make sure you have the money. Start looking at Airbnbs in Lilongwe and book that air ticket.
Now,
or drive to Lilongwe.
Now, staying with Kenyan football. Now, the story yesterday that FKF president is and former PS are among the guys who EACC has recommended for prosecution.
Yes.
What does that say about how our football is run and about the rot that is almost always accompanying Kenyan football?
There's plenty of rot in Kenyan football. There has not been plenty of progress, the kind of progress that we would have envisaged at the time when Nick entered office. He has these gains and he has had a lot of losses here and there. But there is a lot of wastage when it comes to Kenyan football. We're talking about 330 million Kenya shillings. That is a lot of money. 330 million can do a lot. Can set up academies, can set up coaching courses with different countries, not just the one for CAF, which from what I've heard, it's not adequate enough for where we want to take our football. So I am disappointed that it happened with the government. because the government more often than not is the watchdog.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately they are the ones who are colluding with the federation head. So it is really disappointing. That 330 million, for example, could have ensured that Nyayo Stadium right now would be in a position to host the CAF games. So it is these small issues that we don't address. This is something that happened in 2018, and you can, as you can see,
it's for Chan 2018.
Yes, and it's affecting us in 2024.
Chep, what does it say for Kenyan football when you feel there are ghosts that have come back to haunt everyone from Chan 2018 bid, won in 2014, bearing in mind in 3 years it's Chan 2027 is our Pamoja bid?
It's actually just very, very, very disappointing. As in something that you mentioned earlier when you're having this conversation. We are in our country, just our leaders, we seem to that is the federation or the government. We are just poor planners. We just never plan for anything. And for a long time, we have a lot of impunity in football. A lot of money is getting lost. A lot of money, which would have helped a lot if it's the infrastructures, if it's the youth development that would have gone to that and will be in a different place here. Tutafika yo 2027, we are not ready for anything, which is very, very disappointing. For me, it's just the money the resources we are losing that would have done something better.
It scares when you think of what is our aspiration vis-a-vis where we are.
Yeah.
Like as a country, we want to host AFCON 2027. But we have no stadium to play the World Cup qualifiers. Back for Chan 2018, what was the logic? The bid was fantastic.
Yeah.
The only thing it didn't have was what?
The stadium.
Was the most important thing, which is the stadium. So now we have a new bid. It's coming. I know there is construction. I see pictures every once in a while of construction of Talanta. Kasarani has been closed for a while now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just wonder whether there is any significant progress. Because for the last 2 years, all we've seen are all these newly refurbished stadiums, which... Guys, Nyayo was closed for 3 years and then it came back without floodlights.
And all they did was just paint.
Like without, no, they did the whole outside, but it came back without floodlights. Yeah. We were there for Sekafa game with Elijah and penalties were taken in the dark. So you just wonder.
Yeah.
When? Like how feasible is the AFCON 2027? If we can't host games now, and if all these things keep coming up that all they are saying is, and this was done wrongly, and like, where is the win for Kenyan football, guys? Where is the win? Someone tell me, where is that win we hold on?
I mean, so far, before, let me just say what has been happening in this world of sports in Kenya. So there has not been the bare minimums that a stadium needs to have when it comes to construction of the county stadiums and these other stadiums. So there has been a blueprint that has been put in place by the current CS, Ababna Mwamba, what a stadium needs to have in order for it to be given a green light going forward now. So I'm hoping that going forward from last year, going forward, that any other stadium that is going to be built, renovated, will have those bare minimums in accordance with CAF, in accordance with World Athletics. Because even as we're talking now, Ulinzi Sports Complex is not certified by World Athletics. So any time that he posts there cannot be used to qualify for any World Athletics competition.
Yeah.
So it's across the board. We need to follow the rules and regulations when it comes to building of stadiums. We need, for example, to walk the talk. So we know that we have a qualifier in June and it's November. What are we doing to ensure that we are ready?
Nyayo Stadium, get it ready for both athletics and the World Cup qualifiers. Turn around, continue doing Kasarani, and then big mega project at Talanta. Then you go so that you are taking care of everyone.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
The trials for Olympics in this country are so huge. What you gonna do? The national championships should be big. The World Cup qualifiers should be, and I feel like someone just needs to roll up their sleeves and just get it done.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous that we are still talking about. I remember how excited we were when Machako Stadium was done.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in 2014, eh?
You know?
Yeah.
And then you wonder, how?
Because it was just get Nyayo ready. Nyayo should have been the first priority. Just get Nyayo ready, then start working on these other ones.
A question. You've spoken to me a lot about Chan. So is Chan happening, by the way?
Chan,
Last time you told me no.
I don't think it'll happen because of all this chaos within CAF. The CAF hasn't announced that we have won the bid. CAF isn't pushing, like promoting Chan 2024. So I think from CAF's end, it's not going to happen.